Happy One Wheel Wednesday, everybody. My name is Scott Mendenhall. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I like that intro. It gets us going. Welcome to Lily's purple water bottle in my shot. It's all up in... There's Lily.
Oh, go back.
Yeah, she wants her peace sign. Yeah. Blocking the one wheel. Why you got to do that? Why you got to put the circle?
That's you know that little trick?
Yeah, why you got to do that?
Don't look.
I know, but you did that to people. Why would you do that? People are looking at the beauty of the GTS and you go and do that.
I thought you said you were going to keep your desk clean.
This needs to be displayed. We got Lily to my left, my beloved wife to the right.
Hey, guys.
It's a beautiful day. Welcome to the Scott Mendenhall and Friends podcast, where we talk about
all kinds of songs to sing.
We're talking about One Wheel and the GTS. We have Neil Bennett in here, who that guy can ride. He can mob. He is phenomenal. We're going to get to him in a second. If you didn't know, if you're brand new around here and you just live on some kind of rock, the GTS was announced maybe 2 weeks ago on some Friday, and now here we are. I'm about to pop that girl in. What is that girl? She's trolling me, guys. She's trolling me. You talk about all the stuff.
Those of you who only listen, you're missing. Today you gotta watch.
Yeah, you're missing. I want to know if those are in the chat or watching. Drop a comment. Do you think this should be called Tiffany Blue?
No.
The blue. You don't think so?
It's not Tiffany Blue.
It's not
you
Tiffany
say
Blue.
That multiple times.
Yeah,
why?
Totally
I haven't said anything though until now. Have you?
What color would you call it?
Neither have I.
Pull up Tiffany Blue.
This is.
What?
I would say this is
it's a
like
darker.
More,
it's
pull up
lighter.
Tiffany Blue.
Tiffany.
Because I feel like we're really
Blue.
close.
No, no. This is way lighter.
Way lighter. I don't know. That really looks
so
close.
similar on the camera.
Yeah, it looks really close.
No.
All of you,
Go.
get it out of here. Holly's face getting cut off.
Okay.
I'll get you a little bit.
There you
It's
go.
close.
Come back to me.
It's right there, Lil. It's in my shot.
No, but come back to me. It's easier.
Oh
you
my
can see the
goodness.
difference.
Yeah,
in
look at the
Lil's.
difference there.
It's close.
Trust me, I know what that Tiffany Blue box looks like.
I would trust me. Though I still think it's Tiffany Blue.
I didn't know what Tiffany
think
Blue
it'd be
was
sweet.
until Sweet Home Alabama.
One Wheel GTS is the mother flagship, I don't know what you call it, of One Wheel right now. We have mobbed it. We did an unboxing. If you haven't seen that, this is the thumbnail you are looking for. We have the thumbnail that we're going to put up, icon, right? If she's looking around I don't know what she's doing.
Got a lot of electric blue.
Our tech team is
I like
distracted.
the robin egg blue.
The robin egg
Yeah, I think
blue?
that's...
No, that's definitely not the thumbnail. That's the start of the... It's towards the bottom icon. This is where
We'll get it.
My daughter is running the tech, so everybody, there you go. That's the thumbnail you're looking for a very fun unboxing. Actually, we'll give you a few minutes of it. If we can unmute the computer, we will let you enjoy the first 1 minute of our unboxing, and then you'll have to promise me that you'll go watch the full thing as we come back to me as I'm talking. We can take that down, icon. Come on, icon. Stay with me today. Got to give a little bit of coaching. People don't want to see just a JPEG. Then it's like, is he really talking? Is he frozen? Anyways, we have the first 1 minute of our unboxing. A little nod to a man named Zach King, if you will, in our magical unboxing of the One Wheel GTS. We'll be right back after you can enjoy 1 minute of that video. Here you go. Check this out. I think it's coming. The One Wheel GTS is being shipped a little bit different these days. We're going to show you why. Stay tuned, as this is an unboxing of the new One Wheel GTS. If you're brand new around here, welcome to the brand new studio/offices of the Scott Mendenhall and Friends podcast, reviews, unboxings. And today, we got a great unboxing for you. Brand new One Wheel GTS. It says the ultimate One Wheel experience right from the top. Now here we are. The mother of them all, the GTS. Oh, so beautiful. Beautiful indeed. Oh my gosh, One Wheel, you're shipping the GTS is so much differently this time. Wow, it is. I'm not even, maybe I can get it here. This is, whoo. Okay, I think I got it. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh man, I can't believe it ships vertical instead of horizontal. One Wheel, you've outdone yourself. Whew. Glad that's a couple pounds lighter, because my goodness. Great job, One Wheel, on the boxing. Now, let's get to talking about what makes the GTS different. They are shipping a little bit different. Film and create for all of you. Hopefully you'll go watch it with us. It's just put a smile on your face. We do an unboxing. We share what's in this. We have wrote it. It is everything you've heard everyone talk about, boasting about it. And so, the debate out there, is it worth the money? We went through that last week. Absolutely. I think when you do the research, Lil, we did it last week, right, with the tire, the flat kick pads. I know they're not called flat low riders. Is that what they're calling them?
Low boys.
Low boys, thank you. When you do all the math, you're really close to the total if you just put it on the spare parts that you can get for a GT. So $3,200, yes, it's steep, but it is priced pretty close for a company that needs to make a profit so they can be around long term. I know all of you want to say, oh, you're just a fanboy, so you're saying, that, no, I'm realistic.
I think I had a thought on this after we talked about it last week. I did think, you're thinking race for the rails. The idea of this board was to take it out of the box and be able to go and ride it and ride trails and then ultimately be in race for the rails. So price point, you don't have to go get all the other stuff for it. So I'm with you. I think they priced it right.
Okay, Holly's with us.
If you're asking me.
So that would be, Onewheel GTS pros and cons. We're going to get Neil Bennett in here to help us with the pros and cons because there is always going to be, and maybe we shouldn't label them cons, but you understand the term. When we say cons, it's just like, hey, what would you like to see in the next thing? Because right out of the box, I think, as Holly says, it's awesome. I think, all the tinkerers out there, you like to tinker around on things and build and take things apart and rebuild them. Obviously, you're frustrated with a product that you can't do that. But at the end of the day, out of the box, it's something that is spectacular, very magical to ride. My first few minutes riding it, you can feel the difference. Out of the box, it doesn't ride like anything close to a GT. And we'll have videos that are going to drop over the next several weeks all about those things. But the ride is so different. It is so stable. Hills that I could not climb before or struggle to, it eats it. Like, no wheel slippage. It is enjoyable. There's no nose dipping when have you ever jumped on a one wheel and you just over torque it and the nose hits the ground right? None of that. Like, I tried so hard to do that and it just didn't happen. And so the GTS is everything you would hope it would be and probably some more as you would want to ride it and things of that nature. And so if you live on a rock as well, under a rock, Lil, do you follow Onewheel on Instagram?
Yeah.
Right now, they're on fire with posting.
Yeah.
You just say yeah.
Yeah, they are. I think
you gave me the face.
I haven't been on Instagram much.
You just posted yesterday.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that I'm on it scrolling when I post.
So you haven't seen. Onewheel should be your daily coffee. You should be looking at their pictures. Wow. Holly, have you?
Yeah, of what they're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, they've been on a little trip.
You're just looking.
No, I did know because I've been watching Mercedes.
They've got the team out and doing
in
unbelievable
Vegas.
setting.
They had them in Vegas. They're doing a tour. I think they went to outer space. We got some pictures that they posted on their Instagram. Seriously. So here are some of pictures. And Neil Bennett's going to give us some explanation, I think, here in a little bit. Here's some pictures Onewheel's posting on their Instagram. Go give them a follow. It's been awesome. I can't wait for this video that they put together with these pros. The drop. Here, check this out. Look at this footage. This is if you can, Miss Icon, if you can go to the Onewheel footage, that's Neil's footage. Yep, I heard her groan in the background. You see the OW1, number 1? Yeah, there you go. Stay on track with me. Here you go. I can't believe you can ride up this or down it.
For that matter.
Yeah, look at that.
That is crazy. I've never seen anything like that in our country.
Just hit that one more time because everybody probably didn't know what you were watching. It looks like you're riding on Mars. That's what I picture Mars to look like. I know it's probably some golden hour footage. Look at them mobbing in the middle on GTSs and then somebody's climbing. It's just spectacular. The other day, also, they posted, did you know this? Onewheel hit a milestone on their YouTube channel. Lily.
Yes, I saw that.
Holly did. Holly's winning, folks.
Didn't see it.
My rubber band's
Maybe next week you'll do some prep for our podcast that we're not actually. You're like a
wow,
viewer today.
You are on fire today. Me and Icon just getting it.
Yeah. You guys just showing up, just not doing your work.
It is a pretty big milestone.
I am the chat mediator.
Oh yeah.
It's on fire today too. They hit 100,000.
100,000 subscribers. Here is the flip of that, which anybody on YouTube, it's one of those goals. I think you get some plaque for it and stuff, but here you go, 100,000 subscribers, just like boom. Check this out. It's rolling 99. Been waiting for this moment for a long time. Bam! That office had to blow up. Now half of them are on some trip to Mars filming GTS content. But here's some more pictures. I think those are straight out of the set of Star Wars. I do not know where these locations are. That's why we got Neil Bennett here in a moment. Look at that. You see him riding in the horizon in the background. Yes. I don't know if you caught that. They're just going over.
Right up at the very top.
Hit that again. Just rewind. The eyes tell you to look. Hit it again. They're right at the horizon in the middle. See them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the left side. Awesome. That is a sick shot. That looks straight from Star Wars. Like they're going to go to Luke Skywalker's little house. Look at that. You're going to send it on that? You're going to... Yeah. Right there, a sunset. Luke Skywalker's house, I think, is just on the other side of those sand dunes, and then there's probably sand peoples all running around there. But Onewheel, just want to applaud you for a moment. Great content, great rideables. So you're killing it in all levels. That marketing team working around the clock, and the newly established factory team. 5 individuals are living the dreams of my children. Legend was recently asked. He is 15, soon to be 16. He has been recently asked, what do you want to do when you get out of high school? And he said, I want to be a professional one-wheel rider for the factory team. Way to create dreams, Onewheel. Cool. And Neil Bennett. That's great. And the other 4 humans that are on there, you guys are living childhood dreams. So we don't need to have a big introduction for Neil Bennett. However, he is one of the best riders out there. You know him by the helmet he rides. No one else rides a helmet like him. He has a beard that many men wish they could grow. He is a father and a husband. He balances the world on his shoulders, and he can ride a one-wheel like everyone dreams of. This is the one and only Neil Bennett, everyone. Hey. Welcome, Neil Bennett. How we doing?
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Doing great.
You're looking good. Now, you're out in California. Are you cold?
I am cold. My wife's got the house, and I'm in the backyard in the shade, but I'm staying strong. I got all the winter swag from this road trip we just did. It was quite cold.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Zoom in there. That was...
oh, it's okay.
Close shot on your lips really quick. The weather there can't be anything like Minnesota. Like, we had snow a week ago. So I'm just picturing what you're wearing. I feel like it's like 30 degrees outside, is it?
Yeah, well, we started at Mount Pinos, which is like an hour north of LA. Okay. It's usually like a backcountry ski area. So we just beat the snow. So it was probably like low 40s where we were riding.
Okay. Onewheel did post a picture of the last two days or so. I saw it where there's a dusting of snow in one of the locations. I mean, you guys traveled.
Was out in Utah.
You guys traveled everywhere.
I didn't get to stick around for that last half of the trip. I put in 5 days, Mount Pinos and Las Vegas, and flew home. I got kids and a family and stuff, so I got to just work hard while I was there, and the rest of the guys kept trucking. So I think they're on day 10 or so. Should be home tomorrow.
Yeah, I think they just posted That's a Wrap, I think, last night. Maybe they were saying that they wrapped up and now headed home.
I saw that.
Did you just see it?
No, I saw it today.
Neil, did you hear that? Did you watch earlier where Lily was like,
Neil, can you bandage up my wounds from Scott's blabbering?
Word. Oh my word.
I saw some things. Sorry, I don't troll Instagram all the time.
It's okay.
That's not
trying to stay off.
Wait, Neil.
Trying to stay off.
No.
Wait, we should let Neil talk. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I think it's cool. Even if you're not aware, it's going to be a huge surprise. And I think what they're going to do with it will be really inspirational, and it'll show like the state of what the boards can do now.
That's exciting.
With the new power we're playing with.
Yeah, I loved, and now we'll see if Icon hits the right video for you.
You got this, girl.
It is Neil #1 icon. This is on one of the stops for you. This is where they're trying to get the shot. Onewheel posted it last week. That's the shot. Now, here's the video. I believe if we can hit maybe it's the next one where it's a video that plays of you just, right here. You send it.
Nice.
It's just, here's the berm that they snapped the picture. Bro, seriously, how many takes to get the picture and how many times did you have to send it there?
I think that was my first attempt on that send at full speed.
Of course it was your first
These new
attempt.
boards, like, I don't know. I just feel really comfortable on them. The landing power is there, so everything we were doing before, you can just push it that much farther.
Wait, there's something you said there that I think needs to be said again, and you just said it because it's commonplace for you, because you are the longest human being to be on a GTS. If you do not know, Neil is one of the first people to begin helping shape the GTS back in April, March of 2023. That helped us get to where we are today. So you just said it has great landing power. Isn't that what you just said?
Yeah.
That's a game changer for so many people, different riders out there. They want to know that kind of stuff. I think if you watch some reviews done, some people will, I think a reviewer always is askew to a way to either make something look good or bad. As we review around here, we try to be as neutral as we can, but oftentimes we favor Onewheel a little heavy. But some people have been already talking about, oh no, it doesn't have as much landing power as a Vesk or an ADV. But to hear you say, no, I stuck it in my first try, it's got a lot of landing power. You say that because you know so, you've rode so, right?
Yeah, I know so. I've ridden it. It's been a focal point. It's a big deal to a lot of the people that are pushing the limits to not be tail dragging down hills after we try interesting things. So I'm a big rider of flow, that shaping mode.
Yes.
It has a really good way of landing clean, and you have a lot of control over the board angles. So that plus the extra power and trusting it with the new sensor mods and stuff, it's just you can put your trust in it and not land rear bias like if you're nervous or scared, and
Yeah, because we all know
time to learn the power band and how to control it. It's a new beast.
And there's another thing is especially as reviews are starting to come out. Even me, I've not had very long on it at all. So when I go do my review, it's very limited. I don't know how to ride the board. You got to learn how to ride the board. Now, out of the box, it's very easy. A lot of intuitiveness in the board. Like the board behaves very different, and it's so much fun. But it's relearning, well, what do I want the custom shaping to be like? What do I want my tire to be set at? All those different things you have to play around with. You can't just plug and play or dump in what you had on the GT. So I think when you're saying, hey, I've had a lot of time to play around, for all of us that have been messing around with GT and you're like, I don't know about it, give it a second, right? Learn the board.
Yeah, even the custom shaping that's been out for a while, I still feel there's a need to educate people on how that works and what things affect. So that's kind of a part of the team. The factory team is like to be out there promoting, educating, So there's a lot to be discovered still.
That's true. Okay, so let's talk about custom shaping before. We are going to get your pros and cons, like not just how you would answer that question. One pro, one con of the new board, okay, in a few moments. You don't need to give it now, but we do want to hear that from you. But when you talk about somebody unboxing a GT, what's some of the first thing, like, do they go in and start messing with the custom shaping, or should they hop in on the board right out of the box and start riding it and then mess with custom shaping? What would you suggest?
For a new GTS, I would probably ride it stock in the shaping that you traditionally like. If you're a new rider, I don't know, I would just say start with flow because it's very intuitive and not too stiff. Just set your PSI, right? It probably come from the factory like a little high or a little low. So
it's pretty stout.
Maybe 14 to 16 and go from there. If you're going to be on some chunky stuff, maybe more like 10.5 to 12. And you can always hit up like established riders on social media. Most people are more than happy to help, so including me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Where can people, before, as you're saying, hit me up, they can find you on Instagram, right? What is your tag on Instagram?
Oh, it's the wheel Neil, the wheel, and then Neil. Almost misspelled my own name, but there you go.
That's okay.
That's all good. We do that too.
When you're going live on anything, you only get one chance to either say something, look something. It's like well, I can mess this up, and so no pressure there, Neil. I like to play on your handle in that it's like the real deal, but wheel Neil. It kind of has the same vibe. You tracking that, Lil?
Yeah, it rhymes. Good job. The wheel Neil. Is that what you were thinking when you made it?
I don't know. I wouldn't be on Instagram if I didn't have a one wheel. So it's a one wheel based Instagram for sure.
Love it.
Why
Fun to follow you.
Do you not do social media very much? Is that why you say that?
Yeah, if I didn't have to, I really wouldn't. Besides, I do like interacting on Facebook with the community and stuff, but I'm not big on social media.
Here's a funny story with Neil and I. And it's not like haha funny, but it's like he speaks of Facebook. The other day I was on Facebook because someone DM'd me in Instagram. So if you're trying to get a hold of me and you Facebook me, I'll never respond to you. Okay, it'll like be years, a month. And Neil he can speak to this. Someone says, I just DM'd you a link, Scott, on Facebook. Will you check it out? We want to collab with you. And I was like, oh, sure. So I go to Facebook, and then I see your name pop up in the messages. Like, what? Neil messaged me? And I go, look, it was back in April. And you're like, hey, I have some thoughts for the show. And so I responded, hey, I just saw this. Just yesterday, like 2 days ago, right, Neil? Just the other day.
Stars aligned. It worked out.
Yeah. Since he had posed whatever statement he was going to ask, he's been on the show because at that point he had not been on the show. And so I responded back, Neil, do you remember what you wanted to offer as an advice thought? He's like, nope, I've forgotten. You've probably fixed it since then. And so sorry about that, Neil.
All good.
You got to DM me on Facebook, not you.
Yeah,
I'm on Facebook more than...
Yeah, I'm a bit of like, I've chosen my poison on social media, Neil, and that is Instagram. And then I link all my Instagram posts to all the other social medias so that I don't have to be on them. It appears like I am.
That's smart.
But I'm not.
Horrible about DMs. I'll hit somebody on Instagram DM and then Facebook, and then I'll text them at the same time. Like, I just can't keep it in one spot. If
somebody's having a conversation with you, you got to keep it in Facebook, Instagram, and text message, and just keep up with your conversation. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah, good luck. Okay, so Neil is one of the 5 factory team members. I keep saying this is a race team. Now, I do get corrected by those that are on the factory team. But how can you guys not be looked at as a race team? Like, everyone's going to try to beat the factory team from Onewheel. Do you feel that at all? Do you own any of that? Or are you like, nah, I don't own any of that. Just brush it off.
I definitely feel that, and I think it's cool if that's what motivates people. So, but a lot of my focus has been like R&D and behind the scenes, like product development or testing. I don't know. I wasn't even a top 10 ORL rider last year, so by that standard, I probably shouldn't be in the mix. But I have had a lot of contributions otherwise. So.
Yeah, but hold on. If my memory serves me right, you were at Race for the Rail racing.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
I feel like, okay.
I think it's very well deserved that you're over there. And I think that is probably one of the things that's fun for the outsider to watch on the factory team is all the differences that you guys bring to the team, you know? And you were saying it's for you guys to promote and educate, and like you guys are all really great with people. So like, I think it's very well deserved that you're on that team.
Yeah,
I think we have a very big, like, nice spectrum of riders and approaches and analytical thinkers versus style. And I don't know, we have the whole gambit there. So we all have lanes. We're not trying to all be the best one wheel rider. That's not really what it's about. It's just about having an influence on the future of the culture and stuff.
Yeah, and like I spoke before, Legend, our oldest in here, he looks up to the 5 of you going, that is a goal. He didn't like. He was often talked about being a one wheel pro, but like he's like, I don't know what that looks like, and I was just like, hey, go after it, man. Work hard to become that, and you'll see what the future does as you are growing into it, and the sport grows. Might be a spot, and all of a sudden here you have a factory team. That all of a sudden it's like, oh, if Legend did well enough in things in the future, there is a spot if he could get there. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was a thing a few weeks ago. So
yeah, so
it's new
so
to
when
all
we
of us.
yeah, you're like, oh, this is brand new news to me. So let's talk about that. Did they call you up and go, hey Neil? Did they say, hey, send you an invite through social media? Did they send a letter through snail mail? Like, how did they let you know? Hey, we're throwing this idea together of a factory team. You want to be part of it? How'd you get the opportunity?
Well, I think after I shot that commercial in San Francisco, where I was kind of like in a suit for half of it, and then weekend for the half, I got to spend a lot of time with that team, the marketing team, Jack and Laser, um, a lot of time. And through conversation, they realized maybe this is a good fit to work with like the engineering team. So I got introduced to like the head engineer, and then also Kyle Dorkson, of course. And we just have a good way of communicating. It was productive. So I think that's been my end to it. And I know after Race for the Rail, they were so impressed with Austin's performance and his analytical feedback to shaping. That's like, it just left no question that some of these guys need to be there day to day to help improve the boards. Bodie's got a style that can be put on different accessories or boards, and
Yep.
I don't know. I forget the original question, but how I got to be was Julian, the head engineer, called me up and said they'd signed Austin and Mercedes and Bodie and Tyler, and I was thinking, oh no, I'm not needed anymore. And then he was like, you want to be part of it? He's like, this is already bigger than we wanted it to be, but if you want to do it, let's make it happen. So I was ecstatic. And I had worked with them for months previous, so I already knew that it wasn't going to be a waste of time or just a marketing thing. It's like they're taking it serious, so I'm happy to be part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for where it goes. You sent us some videos of you just riding in some of the trails. I think one of them you're behind Tyler, but we'll roll those. These are some of just. I'm assuming it's shot from your cell phone.
Actually, this is shot from these Ray-Bans that I'm wearing right now. These are like
really
glasses. Yeah. So I just got some behind the scenes shots when the van was, parallel on the road next to us, getting like flybys. And so me and Tyler were doing a lot of like dual riding side by side, interweaving between each other and trying to make it look real stylish, but also show the power, passing power, braking power. And this is just some behind the scenes shot from my glasses.
Yeah, hold on. I just want to pause for this moment. You said you shot these from your Ray-Ban glasses.
Yeah, I've never seen those.
Yeah.
And that's the footage you're getting. That's amazing.
Yep.
I mean, that's silly.
Yeah. Onewheel gave them to me to test because it kind of makes sense for getting footage.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
It'll do like 60-second clips and photos, and then you can go live on Instagram with them.
Oh
and
my!
It'll dictate comments back to you. So
What?
It's got some cool features. Yeah.
Now, my only problem with the glasses that they're Ray-Bans.
I bet Oakley has them. Oakley's got to have those if Ray-Ban does.
You would think so, but I cannot handle.
I'd wear them.
I can't handle Ray-Ban. Like, actually, any glasses besides Oakley's. There's just something about it. I like Oakley. There are glasses that Coach. Yeah.
They got a speaker too, so you can play your music. It's perfect.
That's cool.
Okay, so it records in 60-second clips.
Yeah.
And then
or live on Instagram, it'll stay live for longer.
Okay, so if you're recording a 60-second clip, does it just roll over and do another 60-second, or you have to re-hit the button?
Yeah, you hold it down, it starts recording, and then you click it once to stop, and then you can just keep doing that.
But let's say you don't unclick it. Will it just stop after 60 seconds, or will it just do another 60 seconds?
Yeah. It'll stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, that's actually that's pretty slick, actually. And then
So are those
Yeah.
the Meta Ray-Ban Meta?
gotta be
Right.
Yeah.
would make
And
sense.
They
the
have
leather
Oakley.
case is the charger. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's sweet.
Now, does it have a microphone on it that it can pick you up as well as you talk? Really?
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah, they're like
that's
$300.
really that's so
Not
cheap.
bad.
It's like you're wearing a GoPro on your face. It is.
Well, the first dose is cheap, and then they're gonna add some weird stuff.
Oh, for
Yeah, I'm
sure.
Brain
Yeah,
or whatever.
be careful. Somebody's going to hear us talking about we're on a Onewheel podcast, and you said the first dose is cheap because everybody's complaining about the 32.
That was actually a motto or like a thing we were gonna use for the demo tour. Like the first dose is free. Like, because these guys, we had a demo day in Vegas, and after they tried it once, it was just like permagrin. Everyone just like, oh, I gotta get one. So
Yeah,
we're toying around with that idea for our little demo tour.
rightfully so. I mean, it makes sense. There's been very few people that have hopped on one of my boards and have not wanted to get one, and then figure right like
Yeah.
that's just you get on it. There's just something about it. It's like, oh wait, this allows me to do that, and I can enjoy it. It's a game changer. I mean, we got Lily over here. Her husband is all about the GTS at the moment.
He wants one.
Yeah, and there's something about doing demos with like riders that are skilled already.
Yeah.
That they just hop on and they go straight to 25 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You don't get
Yeah.
the typical newbie questions like how does the sensor work? They just go on and go, and they have all the good hard questions, and I can ride side by side. It was just like so much fun.
That's so cool. Hey, so all the videos that you guys have filmed as a factory team / racing team, you guys, do you know when they're gonna put out the full documentary? Is it gonna be a movie? Are they gonna do a come and watch showing somewhere? Do you know any of those details, or are you not allowed to say?
I'm not really sure. It was heavily influenced by like some snowboard edits, like some classic snowboard edits, at least the location that Tyler and I were featured at. And our director, Aaron Hooper, is from Burton and Volcom and has a cool history there. So you'll see that influence in our part. And like every location features a couple riders, Bodie and Kyle, obviously in Vegas. And then Austin Mercedes out in Utah doing some crazy stuff. So it was really cool. And even just having like Kyle Hansen and Bodie there hyping you up, trying new things is like, it was like so much fun because I'm a fan of them as well as friends. So it was cool.
Yeah, what I love about all 5 of you is I do call you my friends, but when I watch you guys ride, it's like, how in the world are they doing that? Like, I just cannot wrap my head around it. However, I named, how like you tell us what do you name your GTS in the app, or is it just the number?
Actually, I haven't named it yet.
What?
Oh, can we name it?
I like jump between so many of them. I just whatever.
Yeah, but how do you know which one you're
Probably
on?
shouldn't say that.
You should call it the Meta.
The Meta.
Yeah. Like the sunglasses.
And then you just go Meta 1, Meta 2, Meta 3, Meta 4, Meta 5, Meta 6.
Metaphor.
Meta 4. But why wouldn't you, like, multiple boards, it would make sense that you would have them set, like, in names so you know what one, oh, yeah, this one I set and ride like this and that. It'd be, anyways. So you don't name it. Okay, maybe that's, you'll work on that, yeah. You're too busy riding and making it look awesome. I did call mine Must Go Faster. That's my goal. Ever since I rode out there for the Rider Summit, I want to make sure if I get asked back that I actually belong there, that I can ride at a better capacity. So that's my goal, is to this year to get way
you contributed
faster.
a lot to that.
What's that?
I think you contributed a lot to that Rider Summit, just from your backgrounds in other sports, that applied.
Yeah, it was fun.
As well as your one-wheel experience.
I hope so. I hope I represent, I think especially the factory team represents the racers and those that are aspiring to be on the podiums and whatnot. And then I represent the guy that's your everyday, just loves it, wants to get out there and mob and push himself or herself. And so I hopefully I did add to it. And I like making fun of myself as I get out there and ride with all of you guys and caught on. Oh yeah, it was like in the back as you guys just gone. I remember the first time. I might have said this to you. I know I said it to Austin and Mercedes. The first night, you just all gone. I was like, do I know how to get? Do I have the address to get back? Because if they leave me, I'm in the middle of the darkness.
Somewhere you've never
never been. I've been here for all of 5 minutes. Can I get home? So
when you get the race for the rail caliber riders all together, it gets a little hectic.
But my goal, seriously, I haven't made this public. I alluded to last week. Lily's asked a lot about it. But my goal this year, I don't want to be pro. That's not in my wheelhouse. I like running a lot. But I want to win my age group this year and be quite satisfied with that. It would be cool to make it to race for the rail and then say, no, let the next person go. But me to be able to still come out, just to be able to be out. But I'd like to win, get faster. I think the GTS is going to help that for sure. I'm one of those guys that I think because I do so much video, Neil, I've seen so many of the videos of people that are on the dark side of a one wheel and they post the falls and the crashes. And so sometimes I can't unsee those in my rides. And what I love about the GTS is that the stability at high speeds. I mean, you're going 24, at least me, 24 miles an hour, 25 miles an hour, and there's no lifting of that nose yet. And it's like, wow, this became so much easier now to just cruise.
Yeah, just the headroom of torque, but you can brake check at 23 miles an hour and the tail doesn't slam on the ground. That's a huge deal. Braking later, accelerating faster, like even besides racing, just the safety net for mistakes. There's so many turns in Santa Cruz we test where you're going super fast and you turn a corner and there's like 6 roots right in front of you all of a sudden, where the GT would kind of flex out and you'd have to bail. This thing will just like hold you over it. It's pretty wild. So it, in a way, we'll be doing some sendier stuff, but there's also a lot more. It's allowing us to do that.
Yeah.
So.
And as you say that, I think for those who are like, who's this for? I really do think, as I've wrote it now, it's for everybody. I think it is. Like last week, I made comments. It's the Ferrari. It's like, oh man, you want to be able to go fast, but you don't have to. But you have the best of the best. I think that's awesome. But I think the stability and the comfort and confidence that you have in this board is for everybody. It's going to be. Yeah. It's
certainly hard to go back. I mean, I understand that it's a lot of money for people, and if you already have a GT and you're not dipping into the torque, and you're not someone to cruise at 20 miles an hour, like you don't have to upgrade. But if you try a GTS and you're into that and want to level up your own riding or just unlock new terrain in your area, like it's going to do that no problem. So it's easily justifiable to me. I'm biased, but
everyone says we are.
You put rails and a hub on it and you're right there at $3,000,
right.
And this is still going to blow it out of the water.
Yeah, I think, like, again, that's where my mind always, like, I hop on the board for the first time, and I'm enjoying it, but then I'm like, who's this for? Who's going to enjoy this? And when I just went up hills at no speed at all, I'm just cruising through my own trails, and there's a lot of hills, and I'm climbing hills where I don't have to finesse it. I didn't even think about it. I just went up it, and the board literally, I just felt like the board went up like an elevator. It just stayed straight. I wasn't having to lean and really. Then I was like, oh, this is for everyone. And especially for those of the Clydesdales, and they're like, oh, it's just not fair. This board you're going to love this board. Like,
yeah, that's a no question for the heavier riders. Even I'm 175, and I've been in situations riding with Austin and Tyler through sandy stuff, and they want to start pushing it, and I can still lean over. And I'm like, wow, this must be what Jafari feels like, because I'm literally leaning out and low battery and everything. So I know the battery is a big worry for some people, but my personal experience, I'm probably losing maybe like 15-ish% battery when I'm charging hard, GT versus GTS, but the GTS stays strong all the way to Captain Morgan lights flashing,
Wow.
and that was something we've tested a lot. and I can say that confidently.
Okay, when
it's
you say
pretty cool.
15%, and I think that's one of the cons for the GTS is that you do lose range. But
Yeah.
when you say 15%, can you put that in some kind of miles for people to understand? Because that's what most common, your Joe in the sport is going, well, what's that in miles for me? So can you break that down? I know that's hard to really say, but can you tell us, like, what are you losing? 5 miles in range?
So like, I don't know, the way I ride, I'm always kind of in the torque limits, no matter what board I'm on. So like, say GT, I would get 12 miles in some sandy terrain with a lot of ups and downs. I'll probably get 10 and a half on the
Okay.
GTS, give or take.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
torque range is fully usable, where the GT, once I get under like 35, 30, I have to start babying it or riding it totally different
Right.
to not nosedive. So,
So if you're making a long, let's say you're rolling from your house to go to your favorite place to get your beverage, would you, and let's say it's 10 miles away, does that mean you're grabbing the GT versus the GTS for that?
no, I'm talking like race pace riding,
There you go.
like uphill. Yeah. If you're like a group ride pace or cruising around town, I don't see why you would get under 20. Like, unless
Okay.
you're nudging and sliding and bonking and, a Bodie follow me series kind of vibe, like that'll burn some battery, but
Yes.
no, you're still going to get good enough mileage to hit your group rides, in my opinion. I'm sure others will confirm that as they show up to more and more group rides.
Yeah, and we're filming a video where Legend and Epic, my two older boys, are gonna ride their GTs, and I'm gonna ride the S, and we're just gonna ride whatever terrain is before us until whoever drains first, and just to get that comparison, because I do think the Joe in the sport is wondering, can I still use this to commute with? Can I use this to do my normal everyday stuff, or am I coming back down to a pint style of range, which I don't think that's even close to, but I've
Yeah.
just seen some people ask that question.
Unless you're trying to stretch it to like 30 miles or so, like the GT will do that, but the GTS in a normal riding scenario through town, like it's just really going to be safer when you hit those unexpected potholes.
Yeah.
The ergonomics are way better, but I'm not trying to say everyone should have one, but it is really hard to go back.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say everybody should have one.
No,
But everyone should probably have one.
he's concerned if he says that he would be the salesman, and he's not trying to sell anybody on the board. He's just trying to say, no, this thing's great.
Yeah,
It's a lot of fun.
I don't care what people ride, honestly. I think it's, as long as everyone's riding, and
Right.
that's what I care about.
Yeah, and I think that's the heart of everybody. Like, I know for me, I just think it's such an enjoyable thing to be on. And when we talk about pros and cons, I think I am aware of the shortcomings on anything from my iPhone to whatever I'm into. There's always going to be something I wish they could be doing. I just don't focus on the negative. It's like, great, they'll get that in the next variation of whatever they created. And so
the nice thing about the GTS is that it is ready out of the box, where the GT people were really focused on how can we make this thing better, more usable, rideable, faster. And now that, like, we don't have to worry about that. We can just go out and enjoy it.
Right.
And as well as like all the third party accessories that still apply that cross right over.
Yep.
That's a huge deal. Like, can't be understated. That's a big deal to the community. So that's a huge win in my book as well.
Yeah, I think if Onewheel would have released the GTS and all of a sudden everything's new about it, I think the third-party companies would have probably been, I'm done. I'm over this. Because I just think they couldn't sustain that. They just came through the GT, right? And then all of a sudden, a year and a half later, it flips on them again. So I think that's a cool little nod from Onewheel to because they could have chosen to do something like that, and they didn't, and so that makes it pretty fun.
And that's something where the team can have influence too, because we're friends with all these guys in the community, so we're not motivated to do that either.
Right. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I think that's cool. Can't wait for that video to drop. It's gonna be
That's exciting.
It's gonna be cool.
I
Like,
hope you guys like it.
oh, I hope.
We're gonna
We already
love
know
it.
we're gonna love it.
Yeah,
I wish I could see it in a movie theater.
Yeah, someone said that. Mentioned that earlier.
I would
In
watch
theaters
it.
would be
I'd pay for
sick.
that.
I
Did you see him shrug just now?
He shrugged. Yeah, maybe there will be select
I
theaters.
think it might be worth doing.
Yeah,
But
I would go.
you know, you're gonna see everyone's influence from like Kyle Hansen's influence on Bodie. You know, even Bodie is still recovering from an injury,
Yeah.
so he really stepped it up and just we all pushed each other and supported each other. I think you'll see some new stuff, and hopefully it inspires other people to like put out their own edits or whatever. Like we used to do that when I first started XR, little video competitions or clips or rider call outs. So
Yeah.
maybe we can get that going again. Or
That would be so fun. I just, again, I come from a snowboarding background, skateboarding background, and I loved watching what those from Volcom to, as you already said, Burton. They put out these documentaries of athletes that traveled to places I can't get to. And it was so cool to watch, especially snowboard videos, because when it wasn't season and you're watching those videos, it just got you amped. Couldn't wait for snow to be able to try some of the things that you saw. I just think that's what this is going to create. I think if they have like a showing, I mean, I could see out there in California, I could see myself, if I had enough time, I'd hop on a plane and come out and watch it. It'd be so cool to watch it with you guys. Oh, man. That'd be a
I
lot of
can't
fun.
wait. I don't know if it's going to be a 60-second clip or a 20-minute thing. I have no idea.
No,
But I know
you
we got
can't. No
some
way.
crazy footage. It's crazy.
I think it'll be 60-second clips for sure, salt and pepper throughout the internet. But there's got to be one big documentary of it, because that would be.
Yeah.
There's got to be.
Yeah,
I
it was
mean,
a whole road trip. It was proper. All the riders in an RV and the videographers in a Sprinter traveling. It was so cool to experience, even at my age and like with a board sport. It's kind of funny. It's surreal to me, but
I grew up watching
taking
Tony
full advantage.
Hawk do those things.
Yeah.
He'd be in an RV and they're traveling to the next place to do their show and stuff. So that's so cool. And then there's my only question is, how in the world the next time this is done, how do I get Minneapolis on that stop? Like, we got to get you guys to come all the way out here, because there's some really cool spots to ride. The Silvas, what I am grateful for, the Silvas know of one of the better trail systems, I think, in the United States, is just north of our house, which is pretty cool. I think they'd probably get you guys out here to film there. I think it's
pretty safe to say Austin Mercedes will be going on a tour, I'm sure. And you could always hit up Laser with ideas. He's our like official team manager, so he's putting the calendar together. And
that's cool.
Nice.
we're open.
Yeah, man. Good things are to come, man. Good things are to come, I think, for Onewheel's tagline used to be the future is rad, and we're watching it get created with your help and your influence and input into this sport. I can't thank you enough, Neil, for what you've put into the sport and how you've helped us get to this point as a community. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and you can't. You can't trade in your helmet, right? You're stuck wearing that helmet forever, because that's how people separate you.
I know, it's true. That's I'm never getting rid of that helmet. It's a special meaning to me. It was actually my only object that survived a fire 5 years ago. So it's like my
Really?
oldest. Yeah,
Wow.
it's my oldest thing that I own.
The oldest
So I'll
thing.
be using that for
That's
a while.
crazy. But you probably should you're going to need to make that into some kind of plaque thing for you. You're going to need to upgrade that, because, helmets kind of go bad once in a while. But when you purchase your new helmet, it's got to look like that.
Well, I heard Troy Lee from Troy Lee Designs is a one-wheeler. So maybe we can get him involved in like some factory team helmets or rail
That'd be
guards,
sick.
something like crazy.
I think this is, what do they call that? Reading the tea leaves? Is that what they talk about? Like,
Never heard of that in my
No?
life.
reading tea leaves? Isn't that a thing? Like people do to tell the future kind of deal? I'm making this up. Someone help me out.
Tarot
Neil?
cards.
No,
Tarot?
I've never heard of. No, it's reading tea leaves or something. Like you see in movies, they stir tea leaves and they look into it. Okay. Anyways, I made it up. Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
I think you're right, but we just don't know.
Okay, but I think Onewheel is, and you'll know more than me, and you can't confirm or deny. I know it, but I think they're going to release their own pads and helmets and stuff. I think that helps them in the adventures with the government agency that I will no longer make mention of. It's like what'd you say, Neil?
Oh, they did purchase function wrist guards from Dave.
That's what I'm trying to say. I think that's only the beginning. I think that we'll see. I think that they will end up with a helmet that they like. I know they have like 1,000. They have a helmet with them. POC, they have a helmet with their logo on it. But
but you're thinking
they'll have their own line of safety gear because I think that because that's one of the priorities of Onewheel. They're not looking for people to be unsafe, and so they'll be able to provide. What I would love if Onewheel did it, they would provide equipment that looks good and is functional.
Yeah.
Because right now, what we go to either motocross gear, dirt bike gear, and some of it's okay, but it doesn't function like it would on a board. It's restrictive at times. And so it'd be really cool if they did do that, but if they don't, nonetheless, it's fine. I just could see that in the future of having those things available. So maybe you need to put a good word in it and tell them this is the style because I can only ride this style of a helmet. I would have lost identity if I didn't have that style.
Dave Stewart is still heading that up, so definitely we'll shoot him ideas and work with him. And
I'm
for
sure we
got some things in the works.
Dave Stewart. He is one of if somebody said who's the next person on the team, Dave Stewart would be cool to have on the factory team.
I found some with
Yeah, no question.
I can show you.
Do you hear Siri in the background?
Oh man, we're gonna get flagged.
Siri just talked in the background of our studio. I have no idea
Well,
why.
you saying Dave Stewart must have made her think you were talking to her. I think adding him would provide age diversity.
Yeah,
'Cause
maybe.
He's a bit older than.
Yeah, but
the
I
rest of
think
the
before
team.
you add another dude to the team, you gotta have another female.
Yeah.
And then
I volunteer as tribute.
you do.
No, actually, I wouldn't be able to keep up. That's for sure.
Yeah, I feel like Mercedes is obviously number one. It would be interesting who would be number two because I just like who would you put on the team as a female? And I'm not going to pick because I don't want to offend any of them of who the next female.
Yeah, that's the hard thing. There's a lot of worthy people. I think Rachel Cecil obviously deserves to be in that conversation.
Yes.
But the doors are opening, and so we got to start somewhere. And
I think, but another female on the team would be the right move. In it, and I also think someone that's not Caucasian on that team would also help the demographics of the sport get past it. Those would be the two things I would look at going, that's probably the next couple pieces on that team that helps other people identify. Because I think as young people look towards their role models, they are looking to somebody I can identify with them. And so I think those are a couple of those things that could help different demographics being able to identify with this sport as it grows into something pretty spectacular. So,
totally
okay,
agree.
Neil, before we let you go, give me some. We'll start with the pros, and then we're going to some cons of the GTS, and you get to choose whatever. I'm not searching for anything. You, again, a man that's been on it the longest. What are some of the pros, and maybe contractually you can't say cons of it, but what are your pros?
Pros.
You must have it sitting off camera. Is the GTS sitting off camera over there?
Oh, it's a normal GT, but it's got all the GTS parts on it.
Oh, because I keep seeing you look over there, so I'm like, it's got to be off camera.
What would I say about that?
The pros, the biggest pro for me has been just the torque while climbing and at speed, opening up new terrain. There's like the climb trails at my trail networks are no longer like just slow climb trails. They're actually like part of the fun that we factor in now. So being able to have the turn tilt, put the nose up, and then you can literally just whip around tight switchbacks uphill, leaning into it the whole time. I don't know. That's my favorite part of it, honestly. It unlocks new terrain.
I second that. Like just from my limited amount of experience, that's the first thing I noticed. Okay, give us one con.
One con, I don't know. I burn through bumpers pretty fast, so I'd like a little tougher, like a HD kind of thing.
Yeah, we're gonna film what's our first upgrade on the GT, And that's my first upgrade. Because I felt like last night I was riding and I bailed off the one wheel, and now I'm riding faster, in my context, faster, and it ran right into a tree. And I was like, oh, crap. I've broken so many bumpers where it's done that into a tree or a rock. And it's like, what's the first thing I'm going to do with the added torque and speed is upgrade those, because I want to protect the thing that I just
Sure.
I want to take care of it. So that's one of my first upgrades. So it's interesting you even say that. That's
Yeah, it's just a consumable for us
Yeah.
racers, or like people that are using the tail pads a lot.
Yeah. I think if you're going to ride trails, they tend to go. That's the first thing that I replace on them is the bumpers.
Yeah,
It,
for sure.
it doesn't, especially if you're riding in
That's
Arkansas.
what I would say. I would want to see next, probably. But,
Yeah.
yeah. Otherwise, I'm really loving it. The low foot pads. I mean, there's rails out there that give you a similar drop. So for that bang for your buck is pretty cool. And if you combined like that rail with that foot pad, then even more of a center of gravity drop. So you can really dial in the handling.
I think that is wild and probably understated is how low it is, but how stable it is. Like, I know they kind of go hand in hand, that the lower it is, the more stable it is, but man, it is.
That tire made a huge difference too. Like the original tires really gave the GT a bad rap, deservedly. But the new one is just so sweet. The width, but like when you fill it up, the contact patch is small enough you can still do reverts and
Yeah.
turn quickly. It's not like a barrel where you got to throw your body left to right to move.
I do find that with
Love
the
it.
tire, which they've rebranded the tire since the release of the GTS. I don't know if anyone else caught that,
yeah?
because when it first came out, it was just a performance tire. Now on the box it says GT performance tire or something like that. It's a small terminology change, but
I didn't know that.
I noticed it, and then they changed it on their website after the GTS was launched. It finally matches, which is just
What?
so on the box it says GT performance tire, whereas before it was just
The treaded performance or something?
Treaded Pro. I don't remember what the old name was, but nonetheless, it's not a big deal.
Performance treaded. Yeah.
Yes, there you go. But what I've learned on that tire is it's the PSI that I have in trails does not translate as well to just street riding. If I'm going to know
Right.
I'm going to be on just pavement, I need to pump it back up so carving is easier. And that's okay. I mean, most of us carry some kind of pump around with us. But I like it a little bit squishier in trails. But that doesn't translate to a carvable ride in or on the street, which is fine.
Agreed.
I don't find
I
it
think that's
negative.
normal.
Yeah, it's normal. I'm kind of speaking at the same time, Neil, to some of the people that are just dogging a tire, and it's like, are you kidding me? Like every tire I've ever rode,
Yeah,
I have
I
two
haven't heard-
settings.
I've heard a lot of good things about the tire, which is pretty cool. Because I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting, but people were giving it a fair shake, and I think it's performing well. And there are other options. If it's not enough grip for you, you can find options. So
You can find options if you want to. It's a great tire. I really enjoyed it. I was pretty stoked. I gave my performance tire to the Silvas when they were here. Actually, it was a great trade. We traded. Austin traded me a GT for the tire. I was like, why would I turn that down?
oh wow,
Yeah, I was like, sure,
That's
okay. Yeah. Let me think about this one. So to get the tire back on the GTS was pretty fun. And thank you and shout out to the Silvas. I always drop their names on here. My other one wheel stopped working out of nowhere, and so had they not been generous to make that trade out of the kindness of their heart, I would have been GTS for weeks. And so
can't have that.
no, it was
Yeah,
it was
Austin's an awesome friend to have for sure.
yeah. I mean,
They're
Yeah.
amazing.
Austin and Mercedes came and visited us, and they sat on our roof and put on a brand new roof because it was leaking in over 100 spots. They're great humans.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me at all. They're awesome.
Yeah. I mean, most people in the one wheel community are pretty awesome. I've met along the way. So, thank you, Neil, for your time today. Have we covered everything? Is there anything else you want to add before we let you go today?
No, I think that's about it. If anyone ever wants to hit me up for like shaping advice or plug and play stuff, like the Wheel Neil on Instagram, I like sharing different shapings and hearing if people find quirks and want to like report them. Like I like doing that too. I kind of like being the helpful in that way for Future Motion and for the community. So
Yeah,
reach
the
out
liaison
anytime.
between. Yeah. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Neil just sent me his or a setting for flow. I've not put it in there, but I'm gonna put that in there because flow was my original go-to. I loved flow. It matches my style more. But in the previous models and software, it just didn't have the top end that I wanted in the trails. So I went to the more rigid Highline. So to know I can go back and tweak flow, I'm pretty stoked on it. I'm gonna plug all those in there and see what it rides like, and excited about that. And so as the snow falls here over the next few weeks here in Minnesota, we'll be putting out content. How does the GT function in the snow? GTS, I should say. I do have some hypothesis that I think the high-end torque could be not so good for snow, but we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what settings.
Maybe the way it sits will be better. I don't know.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, turn that aggressiveness down and
Yeah. That's going to be what's going to be fun. Now, I've learned with One Wheel, they can't post anything with snow-related content because it would allude to the fact that their boards are either waterproof or not waterproof, so they can't. But we test that stuff out here.
Seemed to work just fine.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody's doing it.
Yeah, we do it. We have hacks on how to make your foot pads work better in the snow because that's one of the things that if it gets cold, those foot pads don't play nice in the cold. So
Yeah, totally.
if you want to push that.
Some of my favorite one wheel riding was just pulling my son on a sled on a golf course that had snow over it.
Oh yeah.
Just pulling him for like a mile and a half. It was like some of the best memories for sure.
That's
It's
awesome.
pretty fun. It's pretty fun. All right, Neil. Thank you for your time, man. It's always a pleasure to catch up. Thank you for taking time to talk about filming and being a part of the factory team. We're rooting you on from here. We are fans of you and your family and can't wait to see what content you drop and what other things you help Future Motion create. So thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Appreciate you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Keeping the stoke alive. So you're much appreciated.
Thanks, Neil.
Thank you, Neil. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, man, everybody, that was the one and only Neil Bennett. Whew.
So nice.
Every time I say his last name, do you know who I think of? What famous singer?
Neil Bennett. Is it? No. What's the name?
Now I can.
Bennett.
Now I
Did
can.
with Lady Gaga, right?
What's
Tony
his...
Bennett.
There
Yes,
you go.
that helps
Goodness
me.
me, that was
There you go.
painfully.
That
I was gonna
helps
say,
me. All
with-
I could think of was Neil, though.
Yeah, that's
Like, that's all I can think
I
of.
kept.
Yeah,
saying.
well, it works, but nonetheless,
Tony Bennett.
every time I hear him or think of his name,
You
that's
think of
immediately I
Tony.
think of a rock star because Neil, in my mind, is a bit of a rock star and a legend in the
Is
sport.
Tony?
Bennett, rock
Oh, yeah,
star.
sorry.
But he's a legend.
He's
for
a legend,
sure,
and
for
yes.
sure. I was
What?
I
Wait,
like picturing
you're saying
Tony
Tony-
Bennett as a rock star.
He's a rock star.
Tony
Tony
Bennett,
Bennett?
isn't a rock star.
Not in our day and age.
He's-
It's like the Beatles are not a rock star today, but they were. He was.
He is.
Oh my god.
I mean, I only know old Tony Bennett. I don't know.
Would
young
you
Tony
say?
Bennett.
Would you
I mean,
say
he
that?
He did.
Wait.
Did he do an album with Lady Gaga?
Yes. But
I
but
don't
would you
know.
say? Would you say that? Let's see. Come up with another one. Would you say Elvis Presley is a rock star, even though his title is King of Rock and Roll? See where I'm headed?
I think you're a rock star.
I do agree with that. I cannot argue with that one. I own that in every form of the word. But that actually was what I wanted to name our first son was Rockstar.
That is a true story.
And Holly was
I
going
vetoed
for it.
I vetoed it.
No, you didn't. You were like,
Yeah.
okay.
No,
No,
I
you
vetoed it
can't.
from the get go
No, I don't remember that you did.
because we had already named a cat Rockstar,
Yeah,
and I got rid of that cat.
like that cat.
And then we had, after Legend was born, we had named a dog Rockstar, and we also got rid of that dog.
Yeah, everything I named Rockstar, she got rid of.
So therefore,
So that's why I said we couldn't name our
that-
oldest Rockstar because she'd try to get rid of him.
Good thing we Rockstar equals get rid of.
Okie dokie. Lil,
Yes.
you have what are you gonna do next week to prepare for our podcast?
Look at Instagram.
All right. Did you feel like I was coming at you there early?
Dude. No.
Feeling you were,
No.
No.
but she can handle it.
I can handle it.
I know you can.
I'm like a lion. Tough skin. Soft heart.
No.
I would have
way
chosen
wrong.
a different animal.
Tough heart, soft
No,
skin.
no. You gotta be like you have to have a heart of a lion and skin of an alligator.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
There we go.
But it's still a soft heart. I'm sure
No.
lions.
heart of a not. You don't
Heart
want
of
a
a
soft
not
heart.
soft.
Of
You
the
want a heart that's, like,
bravery of a lion
Brave,
and
passionate.
lions also
What kind of heart do I want?
you want to have
Like
a
a
brave and a
lion.
compassionate heart.
Heart of a lion.
Yes.
Skin
Skin
of an alligator.
Right, so that the words don't
Oh, it's
hurt
so
you.
shit.
Just whacked her
Oh my
face.
goodness.
I'm just gonna look at Instagram.
yeah. You do that. All you have to do is
Just
do like
kidding.
5. Let me ask this: should I just tag you on everything you should be seeing?
You could do that, then it'll for sure mean that I'll see it.
Shane says that Lily needs to borrow your GTS.
He said that has Scott let you ride it yet, and I was like, "What? I haven't even asked." So I don't think it's a matter of you letting me. I just
Yeah, she has not asked.
I haven't even ridden the GT.
Yeah, well, no one's
Holy.
surprised by that. To be honest,
I'm not
with you-
riding it until I have time, like good amount of time, because I'm gonna want to keep riding it. Like I don't want to just get on it and be like, "Cool, thanks, bye." Like I need to leave right now, so I'm gonna wait.
MQT Onewheel asked, "Is the GOAT on the GTS?" No, it is not. We did film that and reviewed it. I almost gave my opinion away, but it is coming out. It'll probably hit YouTube next week. It is almost done in the editing bay. We have so many videos that are like in between the finished product and start that, man, we got content that's going to be rolling out. So we're pretty stoked on it. At the end of this, if you would go to this, we're going to put the thumbnail up again of the video. You need to go watch the unboxing one. This is the JPEG. This is the thumbnail you're looking for. If we hit the right one, yeah, right there. That's what you're looking for. Click it, watch it, enjoy it, and then watch another one. But please, before you sign off today, watch that video. You know why? Because 1, it's a lot of time and effort went into it. 2, YouTube says that the more people watch a follow-up content, the more YouTube likes your stuff. So it helps us to be able to spread the stoke to heaps of people and continue to grow our crew, family that sits on the other side of a computer or a phone or whatever. So watch that at the end of that. And then stay tuned for tomorrow. We have a video dropping about an adventure we had at Dirt Surfers. Before Dirt Surfers happened this year, my footpad broke. I got left in the woods by everyone. We went to see a cave in the middle of the woods. Do you remember all that, Lil?
The cave. I don't remember that at all.
What?
I don't think I was there.
Was she there? Yeah,
I don't
Dirt
remember
Surfers.
a
Do
cave.
you remember my footpad breaking?
Yes.
Yeah, it was all in the same ride.
I don't remember the cave.
It wasn't a cave. They're saying
Yes,
it
I'll have
was
to
like
watch the video.
it was where it was like a 90-degree turn, and it was arch out of. She still has no idea.
I have no
The girls
clue.
are trying to explain this to her.
They're
I'm,
like,
I'm concerned about you.
I don't remember.
Do you
But you
feel
know
okay?
what? I will watch the video.
Okay, you watched.
Relive it.
Okay, Scott, what is the next product you want? Future Motion doesn't need to be a one wheel. Ooh, that's a good question. What product do I want that doesn't need to be a one wheel?
An easy bake oven.
Wow, how did you know? For Christmas, it'd be so
An
awesome.
espresso machine. Oh.
No, I really think it's in the lane of one wheel stuff. I would like to see Future Motion take their engineers and create the knee pads, wrist guards that they already have, and if that's Dave Stewart's help making the full line of it, I think that'd be so cool to have streamlined safety gear built for me to be able to move in trails. That would be so awesome. And because I know there's products out there that are pretty good and built for it, but some of them are just for winter. Some of them don't function that great in winter. And so it's something in between there that would be awesome. And I would love knee pads that come on and off, don't have to be underneath my pants. Lily and I somehow traded, and I got the raw end of the deal. You even laugh about it because you know it.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember a cave.
She has the knee pads that you can just put over your pants. Take on
and
and
I
off.
remember when you bought they're
Not really
the
sure why
Fox
we
knee
switched.
pads.
I know why we switched. I don't remember why you agreed to that.
I'm not sure. But you have complained about
Because I
that
live in the
since,
upside down.
that you have
People
to
are
put
going to
them
think
on.
you're talking about Stranger Things.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. That's definitely what I'm talking
But
about.
I do think it had something to do with. I mean, if Lily has to put those on every single time, it takes you forever to get ready.
That was a lot of it.
Like it was like you always got to go to the bathroom. Now you got to get your knee
Yeah.
pads on. So I think that was part of it. Was like just take these because then you can just strap them on.
yeah, and I just
'Cause if she
when
had
I
to go
know
to the
we're filming
bathroom
or we're
and-
gonna race, I just leave them on all day. So they do kind of stink. Anyways, we are just
I just washed them. Don't you worry. I just washed
we're
them.
in a rabbit trail. We are just in a rabbit trail. Lily, thank you for being a part of the podcast today. It's always fun to have a personality here. Holly, thanks for being here. Always enjoyable. Thank you for everybody watching our
This is the only
content.
time we spend together.
What? All
I'm just
three of
teasing.
us?
The three of us. Yeah, this is the first time you'll get to sit down. Lily's got to get going. She's got stuff to do tonight, and she's going to hunt a deer. We're gonna
Not
find
tonight.
out. No. But that's where she's headed.
No, the next few days might try to shoot a deer. We'll see.
No. There is.
Are
no
you
try.
taking? Are
Oh
you
my
taking your one wheel
gosh.
down in case you
Yeah,
get
I
one? You
think
gotta
I'm
go
gonna
get.
my. Well, there's 4-wheelers and stuff, but I'm gonna bring the one wheel because why not?
Okay.
Bring the GT.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. If you are to get a deer, what weapon of choice are you using?
Crossbow.
You're using a crossbow. Have you ever shot a crossbow?
That one time you were there.
That was not a crossbow.
Oh.
That would be
It's a regular bow.
a bow.
Oh, I don't know the difference, but they're teaching me tomorrow.
A crossbow.
Uh-huh.
Who's they?
Luke and Jordan.
Oh, Luke will be there.
Yeah.
Is he your hunting guide?
No. He'll just be there tomorrow to like show us the ropes.
Oh, yes. Okay. So crossbow is what you're gonna shoot with, but
yeah.
you never shot one.
How old is his son? His crossbow. So
Okay.
the weight on it is not super heavy, or whatever.
That has no bearing on you. You're just
Yes, it
pulling a
does.
trigger. No.
Oh, that's one of those.
You don't even know what a crossbow is.
So it's set, and then you just pull the trigger, and it
Yeah.
goes. That's great. I feel much better.
I bet
about
you
my
it's on a
situation.
stand and everything.
Oh, nice.
Like a tripod.
Love that.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm expecting, if you will, stay in the moment, but please snap pictures. And then when you have a moment, would you please just keep us up to date of your hunting experience? Because I want to smile.
Me keep you up to date.
Yeah,
I
on
won't
what's
be
happening.
on Instagram.
No, I didn't say Instagram. I said text us.
Okay, no, I will. If I shoot an animal, I'm gonna be
I
messaging.
don't want. We don't need it just if you shoot.
Sir,
I want just some video and some. I just don't send it to me in the moment. Stay in the moment. Film the moment so we can watch it afterwards
Oh,
because
you
it's gonna
will.
be.
Yeah.
You need a pair of Ray-Ban glasses. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That would be
yeah.
awesome.
I don't know what kind of bow it is. I'm just showing up. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's
her
all
husband
you
is
guys.
taking her.
Her husband is the hunter.
They're probably concerned, but you don't need to be concerned.
You need to be concerned for her husband. He's gonna get shot in the butt with a crossbow arrow.
No,
Yes.
he's gonna be next to me.
I know. I've been with you and been next to you and wondered how did I just get hit with that
You
thing?
guys are all so.
Hey, they're laughing
you're
at
so-
you. It's Dale says Lily is a TikTok comment or content creator just waiting.
I'm not on Instagram enough to get on TikTok.
She is, man. Let's
That's
go.
why they call me the funny one.
Yeah. Okay. So she's gonna film it, so we have some of that stuff here. And next week we'll catch you up to speed on her coyote that she has. She has a pet coyote.
Yeah, life just has looked so different since I've been married. So we'll tell you guys all about it.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. I'll be next week, everybody. So tune in, subscribe if you have not. We'll be back with a One Wheel podcast next Wednesday
The
at
Married
2:30.
Life of Lily.
And if you want more of our content of this, but it's definitely more on the positive side of life, we have another YouTube channel. Just search us. You'll find it on YouTube every Sunday. We go live there. It's a lot of fun. We always catch up with weekly content. So maybe on Sunday you'll get to hear the sneak peek of Lily's
Oh, I
hunting
just said that
experience
in the chat.
on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You want a sneak peek? We will at 8 a.m. Central Time. We will go live with Lily talking about her experience. Why are you losing it over there?
I just can't. Some of the people
Some
in
of
the
the
chat today
comments,
have been
like, what?
yeah, like we're just welcoming all kinds of things today.
Why?
Well, Holly, do you hate me?
Did I roll my eyes at you or something?
Oh, Scott's wife.
Lily is
hates
one of my
Lily.
most
Look at
favorite
them
people.
I'm
eyes.
sweating
ever.
now, so I gotta go.
Why did you do? Holly's gonna watch it back.
Holly's gonna watch it.
I mean, I
You
am.
roll your eyes at me.
I mean, I roll my eyes at you a lot,
Yeah,
but
I roll my
only
eyes at
because
both of
you're
you.
so funny.
Hey, I tell you girls all the time, own your face.
I know it's something I've worked on for a long time.
I told Lily.
I was probably like, the TikTok comment was probably like, yes, roll
I-
my eyes. That's going to happen.
I told Lily, I was like, Lily, you have to, in the new studio, after I watched her first week, I said, Lily, you're almost in every shot. You got to be careful. No picking your nose, no rolling your eyes. I didn't say that to Holly. Apparently, I got to tell Holly that. We went on the wide shot. You got to own your face, baby.
Lily and I just read this comment at the same time, and then I
We
looked
looked
up
at
at her like, did I hurt your feelings? I'm
yeah,
so
we had a whole
sorry. Like,
conversation in that look.
just looking
now.
at each other off camera, and I was like, no, we're good.
People
we're
would be trying to
good.
create drama.
I
in Scott
love
Mendenhall.
And the best
girls.
part is, like, skip to the beat 007. I wish you were here all day. Like, why is this your first comment? Like, I want to see you all the time.
Yeah, we've
I've never seen you here. Say, hey, do you have a one wheel?
Okay.
That's what I want to know.
That's what we want to know. All right, we've gone. Thank you for sticking around for the after show.
You guys are fantastic.
You guys are awesome. We'll see you next week on One Wheel. Hey, can anyone see the bug on my glasses? It's just walked across my lens.
Wow.
Do you see it?
Weird.
Do you see it?
It's a ladybug. I
Yeah.
see it.
It's right there. Oh, it flew
There
away.
it is. Oh, you
I
scared?
felt it land. All right, everybody. Love you all. Adios.
Bye.